And we are live and in living color, baby. You ready to do this?
I'm already doing it.
All right, hold on. I lost the script because I was sending out the tweets. The problem is now I still don't have multiple monitors set up with the new computer. I need to. Yeah. My old one was a DVI. I have an adapter for VGA. I have an adapter for HDMI. They never came out with a DVI adapter, so I have to get one of those. Yeah, so I either need to get a new second monitor or get an adapter for the adapter and just string them along.
Oh.
So yeah, so it's tough. I don't know how to deal with one monitor. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekodrome. Geekodrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. I'm John, and I am joined by the Italian-American dream, baby, Don Stugots.
How you doing,
Stugots? Oh, we're both going for the how you doings at the same times.
How you doing?
So, you and I were both at conventions last week. You were cosplaying at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con while I was Legoing it up at Brick Fair, Virginia.
We had so much Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Honestly, we'll start the process to leaving. It was so staff there could not be more professional with checking you out, like going through security, checking your prom. Man, and we did some cosplay. I did Stone Woman Flintstone gimmick, and it went over. It was over big time.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. It looked really good. So it's great that people
some good pops walking around. It was nice.
Nice, lots of people taking your pictures. All that jazz.
30 people took pictures of us. Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to search the interwebs to see all the pictures people took of you.
It was really cool. There were on a couple of the hashtags on Instagram. The Tampa and up.
That's awesome. Excuse me.
Probably the best part, aside from doing day drinking in the parking garage, where we reviewed the pie from Funky Buddha Brewery, was when and I saw Lonnie Poffo, WWE legend, and I just did. He was at a table doing his signing, and all I did was just walk by. I was like, "Hey, Lonnie, thank you very much. All the great matches you put on, and everything you've done." He's like, "Wait, come here." Called Jen and called me over. I was like, "Oh, she's right here. She's walking behind me," because there's so many people, couldn't walk next to each other. And plus, we had the kids, so it was easier if one of us was in the front and the other was in the back. Like we were able to, And he sees her. He's like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "You guys look great." He starts singing the theme song to the Flints right in the middle of the vendor. It was unbelievable. It was so nice. Got to talk to him for 2 or 3 minutes. Very nice man. He's doing a lot of motor in the Tampa Bay area. I told him about the connection that I have with his brother, and he was touched, by it. And it was just a great exchange. Honestly, there was doing. He didn't want any money from us because he called us over, and I said, I was like, you want me to, compensate you for your time right now? He's like, no. You guys are my guest right now, and it couldn't have been nicer. Honest, it was such a positive experience. Talked to the kids for a few minutes, then the dad for doing what for dressed up, and for what I do for a line of work. So it was really cool, very cool time.
Awesome. And did he have frisbees with poems on them?
No, he did not. He did not have frisbees with poems.
So
sorry.
That's just a little disappointing, just as an old school wrestling fan.
Yes, yes. It was man, it was such a good time, though. It really was. No one under the age of 35 knew who we were, but everyone over the age of 30.
That's disappointing. The kids today don't know the Flintstones.
Yeah, it's a shame because Boomerang is a really popular, cable channel, and they're on Boomerang. But I guess, and they're on the Cartoon Network. But I guess it's just not something kids today, doesn't resonate with them. That struggle of that guy who just goes to work every day and trying to get through the day as best he can. Well, I don't think that. What
is Boomerang even a TV channel anymore?
Is it not? I don't know. Is it just an online thing?
I think it's just an online thing now.
Oh, I had no idea. Oh, my apologies. I didn't know.
Yeah, so I think part of it is that it's not on TV anymore. It hasn't been in a couple of years.
Oh, I didn't know that. What are you taking apart over there?
Oh, I have a little Lego thing in my hand.
Oh, you got like a little nervous twitch. You got to keep your hands occupied.
Always.
So you got to play with. Yeah, you got to have a little something at your fingertips.
I've always been like that. I have a Dr. Octopus in my hand.
You can go blind.
I know.
Doing that, just so you know.
I'll put it down, but yeah.
How did you not know where I was going with that?
Yeah, well, you can never handle your Dr. Octopus in public. That's what we do.
No, you can't. Here. You can only handle your Doc Ock in private.
So yeah, I was at the Lego convention. That little figure is one of the things I picked up. But
that's pretty cool.
I didn't really display much. I just hung out. Part of it for me is I go every year, so it's like summer camp, and you see your friends from all over the country. And
it's like when we used to do bar nights.
Exactly. Just it's.
You would only see these people at bar night.
Yeah, but you'd see them every week. So.
Yeah, well, we had some good times with that.
We were younger and we drank a lot more.
So. Well, I don't know if I drank less, or I don't think I drank more then. I think I definitely drink more now. I think I handle it better.
All right. Yeah, see, I don't really drink on weeknights anymore. Just because I'm older.
Listen, if I'm off on a Wednesday, that means Tuesday, and I'm not on call Tuesday night, crack it open, baby. It's Friday.
And it's Miller time.
It's Miller time, baby.
Yeah.
The champagne of beers.
So there was a little bit of news while we were away at our conventions. And
what happened?
Hey, I figured we could talk about some stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. You want to start big or little?
Oh, I don't care. Dealer's choice.
All right, then we're going to go big. Because to us, the biggest story, which we touched on in the last episode before when we actually it's 2 episodes ago because we pre-recorded, James Gunn and Disney. And this is a story. Yeah, this is a story that's been, gaining steam over the last couple weeks, where he said stupid shit. We can agree on that. But it was a joke, and we also know it's a joke. And
10 years ago.
Yeah, like literally, he's been on Twitter 10 years.
It's important to say, put the time frame in it, and we'll get to why in a few minutes.
Yeah,
after he set it up.
To be fair, so it was that 2008 to 2010, he was saying stupid shit like that, and then I don't even want to know. I don't know what to call them.
The dude is a quote unquote journalist.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to use that term associated with him, but we'll just say that for the sake of nothing nice that I can say about him. We do try to keep this a bit of a family show, even if I called you a motherfucker last time.
He's a giant bag of horse dicks.
All right, there you go. So that bag of horse dicks pulled up the old tweets, got his followers to amplify, and then Disney said, "Yeah, we can't do this." Cut losses with him. But meanwhile, there's contract negotiations because he's a pay-or-play contract, where he's allegedly going to make $7 to $10 million if they do cut him loose. In the meantime, a lot more people have come out and said, "Don't fire him. What he did was stupid, but it was childish, and it was in the name of humor, and we all support him, including his entire cast, a lot of the fans.
Well, it has a very mixed bag cast as far as political views.
That's
like
true.
Chris Pratt, ultra conservative, but Dave Bautista, pretty liberal.
To be fair, I don't know what the different makeups of their political theories are, but everyone who's come forward, and in fact, they even put together like a letter from the entire cast saying, "Bring back James." So, what do you think, Stugots, about all this craziness?
I think people are hell bent. We live in a McCarthyism type era where if you speak out against Donald Trump, you are targeted. And it has nothing to do with being Democrat or Republican. I think it's a cult-like following. If you watch any of the videos that come out from a Trump rally, these people, they all seem to they act like they have some sort of mental disability that you can definitely describe as a cult, a cult following. They have those same characteristics, that blind faith, that absence of logic or disengagement of logic. I think James Gunn in 2008 said, coming from a comedy standpoint, comedy in 2008, 2009, look at the biggest comics that time: Dave Attell, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neill, who's the other one that Colin Quinn. These guys would describe themselves as shock comics or cringe comics. So that was and they were making money. It wasn't like they were like a fringe thing. They were big. Dave Attell had a show on Comedy Central.
I love that show.
Colin Quinn and Patrice O'Neill and Jim Norton were always on the show Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn. So there was an audience, a very big audience, mainstream audience for this type of comedy at that time.
Yes.
Do those jokes hold up today? No. But there's still jokes. You can't. That's like saying, well, Elvis was a racist because, he used the N-word in the 50s. Well, that was the 50s. That's the way it was. I don't think you could hold people to today's 2018 standard of ultra politically correct in a time capsule. Like, you can't go back to the 80s and say, oh my God, what David Coverdale did in the Whitesnake videos with Tawny Katane, that's sexist and glorifying the female form. Listen, she was a gorgeous lady. What should you do with her? Make her wear a potato sack? But it was the 80s. That was the thing. So you can't disparage it and say, oh no, that's disgusting. That's just the way it was.
So you and I became friends because of shock comedy. We were listening to the Opie and Anthony show and the Ron and Fez show.
Yes.
So we both were very much into that, at that time as well.
And if you look at my tweets from then, I'm sure they reflect that. I mean, you'd have to go back 10 years. I have over 160,000 tweets. If you want to sift through them to find bad stuff, I would have. If you showed it to me, I'd be like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I could delete that tweet now. That's not the way. Like, I'm sure I don't feel the same way about anything from 2008 that I feel now. No one should, because times change and you change as well. Even if standards and practices remain the same, you are still changing as a human being. You evolve. You see things differently than 10 years. And this is something the guy apologized for 2 years. 2 years after he said it, he had that cognizance of, oh, yeah, that stuff, that's not really who I am. And there was no delete feature then on Twitter to say, just delete it, no one will see it.
Yeah. And also, I mean, you look at the kind of movies he was making back then, and he was that sort of childish, shocking person. Like he started out as a trauma person with Lloyd Kaufman. And so that's the kind of stuff they do, like weird, shocking shit. And it's very like much in that comedy. And they don't really, it's not a comedy that works now, as you said. And it's something that like people have to respect, that like, all right, he was making a joke. He said it's not who he is now. It's not the type of comedy he would have, not the kind of joke he would have made now. But what can you do? That's who he was then, and he's moved on from that, and he's apologized. So, what do you think?
All right, so like he acknowledged it, like, hey, it was wrong, and he apologized. Like, what else would you want the guy to do? And obviously, for these people, it's not enough. They want blood, and they want it to be where you never work in your field again and become bankrupt, you know, and have no means to support yourself, because that makes so much more sense. You know, it's like, that's not reasonable.
All right, so should Disney rehire him?
Without a doubt. They shouldn't have even had that knee-jerk reaction of releasing him. So let me tell you, he's not a part of that movie. I don't see it.
So, yeah, I mean, even Bautista's like, don't throw out the script. If you throw out the script, I don't want to be part of it. I mean, even Chris Hardwick has been reinstated for AMC and all the.
And he's an admitted abuse. Well, not admitted. He was an accused sexual abuser.
And she said she has receipts. So
yeah, so it's like, you know, listen. A couple years ago, when I was a single guy, let's just say it was 2010, I might have been in a relationship with someone that, by today's standards, was not acceptable socially. But you know what? It was then. I'm not in that kind of relationship now, and I wouldn't be. Nobody should be. You learn from mistakes. You move on.
I agree. Well, on the plus side, if James gets out of his contract, the rumor is that Warner Brothers wants him to join the DC.
But wait a second. To let him out of the contract, they got to pay him like $10 million.
$7 to $10 million is the rumored amount because he has a pay-or-play contract.
So if you don't use me, you got to pay me.
Yep.
And if they do use him, they got to pay him. So they might as well use him from a stockholder perspective. And at the end of the day, this is all about money.
Yep.
Do you think the movie would lose more than $10 million by him not being involved in it?
I think that people just see it as Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't see it as James Gunn and the Guardians of the Galaxy. And yeah. I think it will make money either way.
Oh, it'll make money, but will it make $10 million less?
I don't think it will. But
okay.
I think that, again, people who are plugged in and know the story will be iffy. But I think most of America doesn't follow entertainment news. And I think it's such a small fraction that are aware of what's going on.
Why they should just let him do the fucking movie.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the people who don't give a shit either way are going to go either way, and they don't know what's going on. And most of the people that do know what's going on, you know, I would say 80, 90% want him back. And it's that 10% that are the ones who put out the tweet and started all this bullshit anyway.
Yeah. So now you were saying about Warner Brothers.
So, yeah. So, obviously, the rumors are that lots of studios want him right now if he gets out of his Disney contract, because he is hot from coming off Guardians. And he did one movie in the middle that was an indie film called The Belko Experiment that was actually really good. So the rumor is that, above all, Warner Brothers wants him. So he could be joining the DC movies.
Would they look to put him in charge of everything, or you think it'll just give him like one of the franchises to take care of and tie in?
I think they'd give him his own franchise in there, personally, because you already have people working Wonder Woman. I mean, Flash has been going between a few different people. Batman's been going through a few different people, but I could see them giving him like a team.
What if they gave him? What if they gave him the Joss Whedon seat, like that? What he had with Marvel, and say, "Hey, you run this whole DCU. Everyone reports back up to you. It's your vision. Go with it."
I think that would be really interesting. But right now, I think DC is kind of giving up on that for a little bit, from what reports I've read, because they realize it's not working.
Oh.
So they're just like, all right, we need to get a couple good movies out and hope for the best.
Yeah, my God. They fucking realized.
Yeah. When you're only...
You don't start with the money shot. You build up to the money shot. It's just like sex. You need foreplay with
or
these
five
things.
play.
Or six play sometimes.
Yeah. You take your time. You get the job done.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you know what? I think that there's definitely he could take an unknown franchise, build it up. Like nobody knows.
What would you like to see him do?
I'm trying to think what would have the right humor. Like, I think he would be perfect for the 1990s version of the Justice League, but they're not going to do it.
Okay.
But I'm going to blank on who created that version of the Justice League. But it was fun. It was funny. It's the one where Batman punched Green Lantern. It's a very well-known shot. Things like that.
Was it? Wait, which Green Lantern was it? Was that
Guy Gardner?
Guy Gardner, yeah. Like Guy Gardner punched him.
I don't think Guy Gardner ever punched Batman.
I thought so.
Did he?
That's what I always thought. I mean, I could be wrong. I know Batman got one on him, but I could have sworn he got it on Batman.
Well, I think no one gets it over on Batman. He's the world's greatest detective. He's Batman.
I know. That's why I thought that was always interesting. I'll Google it while you talk.
But yeah, I mean, he obviously is not going to do Justice League. That I think they need to build back up to that, and I think they realize that. But I'm just trying. Like they did Suicide Squad. I think if they had given him Suicide Squad, it would have been a different ball game.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think, like, who are the good teams at DC?
Does it have to be a team, though? You don't want him to do a solo?
Well, I think it's harder to do a team movie. And when you know somebody can juggle that many characters like that, you kind of want to play up to it. And that's why I think they would try to give him a team as opposed to a single movie. Otherwise, like, what heroes aren't they developing right now? You know, all right, I would like to see him do Lobo.
Yeah, because that was I think I sent you that story. Like, that was one of the things, and it would be with Dave Bautista in the Lobo role.
Yeah, but so the original Lobo was actually like a comedy and a satire, and then it kind of became a serious character, serious Venom type violent character, and from there, but the original ones are really funny and really graphically violent. And I think that it totally plays into like that James Gunn sensibility.
Okay.
So what about you? Who would you like to see James Gunn?
I had no idea until I read the article, and I was like, oh wow, this makes total sense for it to be the Lobo character. I'm sorry, I'm looking at panel. Guy Gardner punched Batman. It looks like they had another fight while Guy Gardner was one of the Red Lanterns.
Okay.
It looks like Guy Gardner told Batman to kiss his ass. Literally, like he had his ass out.
Of course he did.
Kiss this. Gets in Batman's face a few times. There's a panel of James Gordon punching Batman. Maybe not. All right.
Oh, well. We can always look into that later.
Okay.
So,
easy Google search, but apparently not.
Hey, we do love the Googles around here.
Yes. We're big supporters of the Googles.
All those O's. We're giving big thumbs up. So
Google.
All right. I see. I skimmed a bunch of different articles. I'd forgotten that one of them actually said Lobo, but that would be interesting.
And and I think because we see how well Dave Bautista can do in that Drax role with that that comedic timing. He definitely has that, so he can pull off the character. And he's an action guy. He was an MMA trained fighter. So he could do he could definitely do the action stuff, involved with the role.
Yeah. It's definitely a movie that people would line up for, and that he's not known outside of like the main comic readers. So it's definitely something like Venom where you can build up and kind of have your own way with it.
Yeah.
And speaking of Venom, we did have a new trailer last week.
No, I seen the whole movie. I seen this movie.
I know.
I watched an 8-minute trailer. The only thing missing was Woody Harrelson appearing.
I know. Yeah, and that and Carnage is supposed to be in the movie, but or at least
I thought I saw him in the trailer.
Did you?
I thought so.
I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, we kind of know the whole movie now.
I don't have to see it. The only thing I need to know is there a bonus scene at the end? Because that's the only thing I didn't see.
Yeah, and is there a Spider-Man cameo somewhere?
Or is there a Stan Lee cameo? Those are the things I don't know about this movie yet.
Yeah, literally, it's weird science stuff is happening with aliens. Woman calls reporter to talk about it. Reporter gets infected by the symbiote, gets chased by the evil scientist guy, sends more symbiote people after him, and until you're going to have the big bad guy scientist become a giant symbiote guy and fight Venom. The end.
I think the only thing that they're doing wrong so far with this movie, and I didn't see it, so I can't say anything else, but there was no Spider-Man tie-in. Why not wait until the next Spider-Man movie comes out and do the bonus scene where the Spider-Man in white costume? I don't care, but just like he finds it. That's like he sees like, oh, and then you don't see any, nothing else about it. Or you see Eddie Brock taking pictures of Spider-Man in Central Park and he stumbles across it. Do something to tie it in so that fans know, oh, this is going to be, they're doing things right. They learned from having Spider-Man and the creative team be part of the Marvel Comics universe, cinematic universe for Homecoming and the Avengers. We learned something. We realized we're not doing it right. We're not doing it the way the fans want. You just want it this way.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't see this movie doing well. I don't see it appealing to anybody outside of like fans of people who are already fans of the character.
Jen! Why doesn't Sony Pictures learn their lesson from Marvel Studios and make the movies what people want? She don't know.
She don't know. But meanwhile, Sony has announced that they are a universe, and I forget exactly what it is, but it's like SUMC.
They're like the schmuck. It's schmuck.
Yeah, it's like the Sony universe of Marvel characters. Like they didn't even want to be
home
MCU.
Of Marvel universe cinematic characters. It's schmuck when you make that acronym out of it.
There you go. And
we're gonna have these characters, and they're gonna be part of the schmuck. What? Schmuck. Oh, all right.
Well, you got to watch your schmuck.
Watch what you're schmucking about here.
Exactly. But like these movies that they're talking about making, it's like we're gonna do a Black Cat movie, we're gonna do a Silver Sable movie, we're doing a Venom movie, we're doing. There's one or two others they've announced, and it's just like
they had two on the list that I didn't even know who the hell they were. It was like some owl thing. I'm like, what is this stuff? I never know this shit.
Owl? Which one's the owl?
If you look at the names, it's just like the names are absurd. Like there's two characters. I don't know who they are, and I could have sworn one of them was an owl name.
Let's see. Just quick look at SUMC. Okay. It seems that Sony is either currently in production on the or planning the following ones: Spider-Man: Far From Home, we know that one already.
Right.
Venom, Morbius the Living Vampire,
which I had no idea they were doing.
I had heard that there were rumors, but that could be good. Black Cat, Silver Sable, who were originally supposed to be one movie and now are separate.
Now it's two. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jackpot.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It's like, who the fuck is Jackpot?
There was another one, wasn't there?
That is the ones that are talked about on this comicbook.com report.
And apparently Sony owns 100 different Marvel characters.
I thought it said something like 900. I don't know. Whatever.
That's insane.
It's anyone.
What do they own? The Century? Nobody wants to see half these fucking things. Marvel's laughing. Like, they're gonna make a Jackpot movie. These fucking dummies. They're gonna make a Jackpot movie.
Yeah. So it's well, they own every character that originally appeared in Spider-Man.
Right.
So if I guess they don't have the Punisher, even though he did. But other than that, it's like Morbius was first in Spider-Man. All of Venom, Black Cat, all of these were in Spider-Man first. That's why they can use them, and they can make whatever movies they want with them.
So why not? Why wouldn't they build up to a Silver Sable? What was the group called? The Wild Bunch?
Wild Pack, I believe.
Wild Pack with Sandman. You're like, why not build up to that?
That'd be good. Like,
why not make that your or your Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, why aren't you doing that? And it's like, I'm not saying copy Marvel step for step, but copy the formula. They have a formula that works. A great casting, great script writing, intertwining stories like you would get in a comic book, building up to one big thing.
Well, even the Marvel Spider-Man movies are slowly building to the Sinister Six. I mean, we saw 2 or 3 of them in Homecoming. So we'll see at least one more in Far From Home. We don't know who any of the villains are yet. So we're slowly building to, a Sinister Six, which would be awesome.
Right. It'd be awesome because then you'd have, that's when you have Black Cat come help them. Maybe have Silver Sable and her Wild Bunch come help. And it's fine. It all works. But do it the right way. To have 2 set, like, does Black Cat really need a fucking movie? I don't think so.
If you do a good heist movie, why not?
Yeah, it has to be, but it's like they've done nothing up to this point to say, hey, we know what we're doing.
Yeah. And, oh God, Amazing Spider-Man was really awful. Both of them.
They've shown that they don't know what they're doing. They haven't shown that they do know what they're doing.
Yeah. But at least they took the initiative and had a partnership with Marvel Studios to do the Spider-Man movies. So at least we got good Spider-Man movies again. I'm a big fan of
it. They have to be building from that, not be like, well, that was the peak and we're going to go downhill from here. That should be the plateau that you now build upon and go higher with.
I'm agreeing with you, man. The thing is, I want good movies. I want good comic book movies.
Right.
Sony.
Like Black Cat should be hired to steal the fucking symbiote. You should know what the hell it is. And while she's being chased by Spider-Man in the park, she drops it and falls on Eddie Brock's fucking head. And that's how the movie ends.
That would be interesting.
See, and that was off the top of my head. I don't get paid for this, people.
Sony, hire the Stugots.
Jesus.
We'll get the Sumk or whatever it is.
The Schmuck.
The Schmuck. The SUMC.
The Schmegma.
The Sony universe of Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a theater near you, while, we're one step closer to Disney owning all the Fox characters again.
Yeah.
So we could get Avengers vs. X-Men at some point. Who knows?
Oh, man.
But, Stugots, you know what other characters coming back?
Who?
Well, not just Alf, but Jean-Luc Picard. Well, not together.
Fucking really. Alf. That'd be a hell of a team up.
It would be a hell of a team up.
Why are we fucking remaking Alf?
So I love
all the stupid shit of the 80s. I want to see a fucking remake of Night Court. Something that was good.
I liked Alf.
What are you remaking shit? This isn't fucking Ocean's 11 that you're gonna say we're gonna take something shitty and make it fucking awesome. You're gonna have something shitty and make it shittier.
What level of shit would you say we're at with Alf then? With the Alf reboot?
We're like the 9th level of fucking hell shit right now.
Well, do you remember they did bring back Alf for a TV movie?
No, because it was probably awful.
I don't know.
Doesn't the series end? The series ends with him going back to fucking Melmac.
I think so, but he comes back for this one TV movie with Martin Sheen, of all people.
Martin Sheen. Oh, come on.
I hope he got a good payday.
I'm sure he did. Why else would he fucking do it?
Oh, he's Martin Sheen. All right. So do you have higher hopes for the Alf reboot or a potential Willy Wonka reboot?
I have higher hopes for the Willy Wonka reboot because they're going to have the Danny Glover guy play Willy Wonka, and I like him. I think he'll nail it. But we just saw this movie, what, not even 10 years ago.
Yeah, the biggest problem with it. We just had a reboot a few years ago, and I'm just trying to look at the year. For the remake was I gotta go to IMDb. But yeah, it was just a few years ago.
Remake. I wasn't crazy about it at all. I'll be honest. I know everyone's like, "Oh, but it's Johnny Depp. He's awesome." Oh, stop it! He fucking destroyed the Barnabas Collins fucking character.
Well, it wasn't just him, but 2005 was the Johnny Depp.
No, we're remaking stuff that's not even old.
I know admittedly, the turnover for like children's programming is like 6 to 8 years, I think.
Yeah,
but I mean, Willy Wonka.
So when does the Iron Man remake come out?
It's gonna happen.
I know, but it's too like. I think it should be a little bit of a wait. I know he's the right guy. I get it. But that doesn't mean the time is right.
Oh, I agree. I mean, a lot of the Willy Wonka, the 2005, it was just people went to see it because nostalgia. Not because they really...
It was good.
Yeah. And it's not like kids loved it. I mean, most of us watched it on TV. We didn't even see it in the theaters. Everyone I grew up with.
I saw it in the theater.
Did you?
I saw it in the theater. Oh, wait.
It came out...
The original Willy Wonka?
The original.
I saw that one on TV. I thought you meant the remake.
Well, the original came out in 1971, so...
Yeah.
It might be a little early for the two of us. But it used to be on TV.
Yeah, I was born in 1973. Yeah.
So that's why, we all know it from watching it on TV. We have the nostalgia from seeing it on TV. I mean, personally, as a kid, I never really was that big a fan of it. So
it scared the hell out of me. I'll be totally honest. As a kid, it scared the fuck.
Same, and I didn't like scary shit as a kid. So
the fuck, meaning I still don't as an adult. The boat scene, the Oompa Loompas, it was all scary to me.
The boat scene is now my favorite scene in the movie. So, but yeah,
the boat scene is now my favorite scene. Yeah.
The Oompa Loompas just scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
I'm like, who are these creepy fucking midgets singing these life lessons? Shut up.
And torturing these children.
Yeah. The best thing about the boat scene was then watching Thor Ragnarok and it being somewhat recreated.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. Also, the Marilyn Manson album where he starts the album reciting that. I loved that 20 years ago. Wow. We're old.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just crazy. Like that.
I'm going to be remaking a Marilyn Manson album.
He could use the help.
I'm doing a Marilyn Manson reboot.
Awesome. I'll support that when you do the Kickstarter.
Awesome.
All right. So here, the other reboot that people are happy about: the return of Jean-Luc Picard.
This one. I don't know. This isn't really a reboot. It's a revival.
This is a revival, yes. It's the return of the fan favorite character from Star Trek. Where he's going to be, I guess, 20 years later or however much later. And that's all we know about it. We do know that it's going to be on CBS All Access. So
it's not on television.
No, the online network that really people only watch Star Trek Discovery on. Because I hear they have other shows. I don't know anybody who's actually seen any of them.
Wasn't that dumb McFarlane show on that?
Which dumb McFarlane show? You have to be more specific.
McFarlane show.
Yeah, they're all dumb.
I know because they're all dumb. The live action one where it's like a ripoff of Star Trek.
Oh no, that's on Fox.
Oh, okay.
That's part of their Sunday night programming, as far as I know. The Orville.
Yeah, Orville Redenbacher. Yeah.
Yeah, I never could bring myself to watch even one episode of it.
I watched the one episode because the chick on the show was really pretty. She was the one from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Adrian Pilecki, yeah. Oh, she's very pretty.
It's like you walked away from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for this shit?
Well, maybe it wasn't her choice to leave Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ugh.
But yeah. No.
You need a new agent, lady.
I've never been a fan of his comedy. So
Me neither. I actually have a video of me yelling about it somewhere.
I'm sure we could find that. But it might get you kicked off Disney. So you gotta be careful about that.
I don't think I've said anything wrong on it.
Probably not, but you never know with these, crazy
the changing times. I don't know. I feel like I should delete all my fucking YouTube videos at this point.
But everybody would be losing out on that. I wanted to say cinematic genius. I guess it's a good enough word. You're,
for lack of better terms, cinematic's not. Yeah. What else could we say?
Your digital video genius.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what cinematic word is probably the best word for it.
Yeah. So, I still don't see myself signing up for CBS All Access just to watch a Star Trek show.
I don't either.
Again, it's too many networks at this point. I don't want to spend $10 a month per channel
for one show on each one.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I already signed up for too many, and I may end up between Disney and DC. I may end up signing up for those as well, just because I like the product. Between Star Wars and Marvel, that's enough Disney. And then who doesn't love a good princess movie? And then DC,
a real Disney princess movie, not a fake Disney princess movie.
They are either of royal lineage or they marry into a royal family. That makes them a princess.
That's what I mean. I want a real Disney princess movie, not a fake one.
Exactly. I watch all those movies. They're cute. If on cable, I don't actually go to the theater or anything. But if they're on, I've seen most of them. They're cute. They're fun. The girlfriend enjoys them, so it's a nice romantic evening together. So yeah, but and then DC, if the comic book selection is good, I'll sign up. And then I'll get all that TV as a bonus.
Yeah.
And I believe that's, I think we'll have to see what happens with the Jean-Luc and go from there.
I'm curious. I won't lie. I'm a big fan of the character. I'm a big fan of the actor. So I am curious as to what the premise will be. And I'm sure as it gets closer to being launched, we'll get information and a trailer of some sort.
Oh, I'm sure. I wonder if they will do the the first episode on CBS TV, like they did with Discovery.
To get people to drawn in.
Because if they do that, I'm definitely going to watch.
Yes,
no question. Because I definitely, I was a big fan of the Star Trek.
I like Next Generation better than the original.
I'll agree with that, except for that first season and a half of Next Generation. Okay.
Well, they were getting their footing.
Well, they were getting their footing, and they were just stealing old episodes of Star Trek.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of redo it. Half of those episodes were just old Star Trek plots. Well, we'll tune in. But until then, what we're going to tune into is Hot Picks.
Hot Picks!
Hot Picks. So what do you got for us this week, Stugots?
I was waiting for you to finish it.
Okay.
I got something that everyone should be trying out. It's in your local grocery store. I got a sneak peek at the Halo Top peanut butter and jelly flavor. And it is glorious when I tell you.
Like Bobby Roode level glorious?
Yes. So without a doubt. But you have to. Until you're victorious in finishing the whole pint of this ice cream. It is peanut butter ice cream with a strawberry swirl. And it is delightful on a hot summer's night.
Sounds lovely.
I want to thank the Halo Top people, ice cream people, for sending me this to try. And I thank my friend Carla for making it happen. I also got a nice T-shirt. They did not pay me for this review. They just hear, please review this ice cream.
Yeah. Thank you, Halo Top people. And I can't wait to try it. So if they want to send me some to check out.
No, there's no more.
That's unfortunate. Stugots ate it all.
Stugots
ate it all.
What do you got? A Stop and Shop over there? Stop and Save? What do you got?
I got a ShopRite. I got a Stop and Shop. I'm good.
Oh, ShopRite. I miss ShopRite.
I got both of those, so I'm good. One in each direction.
Awesome.
So, my hot pocket pick.
Your hot pocket?
Yes, my hot pocket and my hot pick. So it's twofer.
Wow.
Is from a digital network. Who knew?
What?
I know. As discussed before, because I have Spotify, I get Hulu really cheap now. Oh. And I finally found something to watch on there. Up in Maine, there's a small town called Castle Rock, where little weird things happen, as written about by documentarian Stephen King.
Yeah.
And he has written a lot of books over the years. And most of them take place in this fictional little town. And so they've put together a series based on Castle Rock, Maine. And it kind of takes bits and pieces from all the books while kind of doing a supernatural mystery. As in the first episode, a kid is found locked up in a basement. And who is he? Why is he there? Why did the last warden of Shawshank, who put him there, kill himself?
Oh.
And why did the lawyer who's going to defend him come back to defend him? And what is his backstory? And what's going on with these other peoples and things like that? So it's a really well done show using lots of Stephen King as sort of the backdrop of it all, while telling its own story. And so far, it's not scary. For those who don't like horror, it's more supernatural mystery. That's not to say, who knows if, Pennywise the Clown is just going to pop up at some point. But so far he hasn't. It's weekly, which is kind of annoying when you're so used to binge watching things online.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm enjoying it a lot. And Wednesday nights, I get to catch up on Castle Rock. So far, 5 out of 10 of the episodes have been shown. And I really want to know what like the mystery is and what's really going on and all that. So I'm going to be tuning in to Castle Rock on Hulu.
Nice.
All right. And on that note, if you want to learn more about Castle Rock or just hear more about us, you can check us out at geekodrome.co. We're on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you find your fine podcasts. If you want to hit us up.
You're not so fine podcasts.
Yeah, the mediocre ones are there too.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk to us directly, we're out there. You can hit us on Twitter at Geekodrome Pod. We're on Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast. You like me better than Stugots? I'm on Twitter at John.
Impossible.
At just John.
It's impossible.
I know.
It's impossible.
I know, but it's maybe I have a fan out there. And if you'd rather talk to Stugots, he's at Don Stugots. Bastard that he is. And when he's not busy day drinking, he's also hosting his other show, The Eat Up, on the Facebook.
Oh, Eat Up Show. Yes. Big things on Eat Up Show. We got our Pampered Chef raffle for the month this week. And I'm working on some dishes. I'm actually changing how I film some stuff, doing it in clusters. I've learned I learned that from a podcast I listen to, which I won't just name right now. So coming up in September. So basically we're on hiatus for the summer, but still with content being put out every day of food photos and questions and the raffle for this week. But yes, we will be back the first week of September with new programming.
All right. Well, as they enjoy their August hiatus to cook more for you, tune in to them on Facebook, and you can get some of that new picture content, or even just look at some of their old recipes and make your mouth water. So, Until next time, it has been a too
Sweet.